Good morning, December 18th, 2010. Where'd the time go? Hey, I have a really great talk for you this morning. I just got off the phone with a martial arts master friend of mine. All right, so my friend is looking to cultivate the workforce in his school. He needs help. He's a manager, getting things done through the efforts of others, so on and so forth. And he has this very young, talented kid, about 19, who is absolutely a phenomenon on the floor teaching, but he doesn't want to learn the administrative. He can't do that. He's actually looking outside of the dojo maybe for extra work. And he loves the dojo, he's committed to it. He just can't do that other stuff. So I had to tell my friend, listen, that 19-year-old doesn't know his behind from a hole in the ground. You are the teacher. And your job isn't just to teach jiu-jitsu. It's to teach this young man who at some point in the future will look back and say, you know what, my instructor stepped up and directed me in something that I had no awareness of, that I didn't want to do, but now, these years later, I appreciate the value of this person's vision and the perseverance they applied to a young man who didn't know any better, but now does. See, the thing to do as a martial arts teacher, especially with your staff and senior students, is not to teach them martial arts. Any idiot can teach martial arts, and look how many who do. The real job is to teach them life skills, because you are the one who's already been on the path. You know what you're working on yourself, and you know that at that age, they just don't know. You have to be the one that can step up and say, listen, I know you don't know, but I'm going to be patient with you. And the mindset that you promote is that whatever is hardest for you is exactly where you go. That's where the learning comes in. Everybody focuses on the easy. Everybody gravitates towards those things they do best that require little or no effort because they like them and they're easy and it's fun and they're good at it. It's facing the things that you suck at, the things that cause you pain. Now, after you've watched this video, go to YouTube and look for the woman Pema Chodron. She's a Buddhist monk. And watch her story called Troublemakers. I'll put everything's here on the Troublemakers. It's a story about how people and things that cause you the most pain are your teachers. So, instructors, you've got this young group of people around you. They want leadership. You have to train them that, hey, the relationship you and I have, like my relationship with Ernie Reyes, for example, it's not really that comfortable. Even though we've known each other for 30 years plus, Ernie Reyes Sr. never asks me to do anything that I really like. He asks me to do the things that I don't like. And one of our last conversations was something like, oh, you're the guy that talks about kindness all the time. Well, now it's your chance to practice it. It's like, oh, God, that's what it is. And your buddy tells you that, and you're like, but your instructor tells you that. And that's the role they play. So recognize that you're going to have to talk to your staff and your students about things that aren't comfortable for them, and that's your job. You're going to cultivate a mindset that says if you can't, then you must. And if you must do something, you will. And that I don't shy away from those things that are most painful or hardest for me. Those are the things that I embrace. And you know what the attitude is? Bring it on. Bring it on. I expect there to be conflict between my students and I, between my instructor and I, between my wife and I, between my friends and I. Bring that conflict on. That's what the training is for. And so, in the case of this 19-year-old, in the case of every 19-year-old you have in your circle, your sphere of influence, remember, it's not going to be a great, fun, comfortable relationship. That's not your job. There'll be fun times. But I want to give me a group of students, give me a group of staff, give me a group of friends who are preparing themselves to function at their best when things are not at the best. When it's not the right circumstances, when it's difficult, when it's hard. Those are the things that separate everybody from those people who are champions, from the people who rise to the top, who really get things done, who we look at and say, wow. I hope that helps you with your staff. I like that. In fact, I'm looking for my next hardship because I can always use another lesson. So, in fact, I'm struggling right now with just trying to raise the standards in the martial arts industry. And it seems like an impossible task. I'm fighting these monumental, obstacles, so it feels. Well, bring it on. That's what we have to do. Okay, I hope you've had your lesson. Hey, a few days till Christmas. Remember, Christmas isn't on the 25th. That kind of spirit, it's in your heart every day, yeah? You live Christmas. Tony Robbins said, I love that saying, he said, my Mondays are better than most people's Christmases.